I didn't realize that I had moved my setup yesterday, so I'm just trying to figure that out whilst holding the phone and not making you all feel sick. Excuse that. I thought I was all ready. Today is day 3, and let me pull up the live to see who is here with us. Day 3 of Nocturnal month. I know that some of you are really enjoying it. Hi, good morning. How are you? We have a couple of images for today. I have to choose a piece of prepped paper, but I'm not sure. I may have to just go with, I may be going with a white piece of paper for this one because there is so much white, so I may be doing that this morning. Good morning, Louise. How are you? So yesterday's day, I'm writing on the back so I don't forget what they are. Day 2 and day 1. I'll see, maybe I have a piece of paper with a lot of white in. I don't think I do. I think I definitely covered all of them. So I think I'm going to use just a white piece of paper for this one. And I have my coffee. Just came back from a really fast walk, which is good. I'm trying to get out and do, I know that I walk with Piper, but it's not the same. So that was good. And yeah, not too much else. I'm watching a Italian telenovela, almost like a telenovela, trying to remember my Italian. So that's been, I'm not really watching it. I'm listening to it while I'm prepping all my work for the art fair in the evenings. Trying not to have subtitles on either. Yeah, this was from yesterday. So on our virtual art retreat in Venezuela, I do also, I'll let you know which one it is, Julia. I think it's the one with the astrology one. I can look. It's on Netflix. Hi, Martina. Hey, Nanette. Louise says, I'm good. Busy week so far. Oh, yeah. When does he leave? I just want to show you what we've been up to in the virtual art retreat. So, like I said, we do focus on animals and people one day of the week. So yesterday was our animals and people. So we did these in our 2-hour session. And then the day before, we went to Angel Falls and on the coast of Venezuela, which have beautiful cliffs and beaches. And this one I didn't finish, but I will maybe finish, I'm not sure, or I'll use it for collage. But yeah, so that's where a lot of pieces come out of those virtual art retreats, because we do so many. The telenovela, let's let you know what it's called because you probably enjoy it. It is called Astrological Guide something Broken Hearts. Hang on. It wasn't supposed to play. I don't know why it doesn't just show me the name. Oh, An Astrological Guide for Broken Hearts. It's really cheesy, but it's good because they don't speak. They speak quite slowly. Yeah. Yeah. No. Julia says, oh, yes, where she dates someone from each star sign. Oh, I didn't realize that she was dating someone from each star sign. She kind of isn't dating anyone. She's just, she likes this guy that she's doing this production with. Maybe that's an, oh, you've watched it? You know, maybe that happens further on because I'm only in season 1. I think there's 3 seasons. Okay, I'm going to get started. I'm going to sketch it out, this one, because there's a lot of writing, and I do want to get that on as well. I would do it upside down, but the writing, I'm not very good at writing upside down, so I think I'll just stick to right side up today. But I got a lot of people saying, whoa, upside down. And I forgot to put that it was upside down in my post. You guys are all so used to doing upside down images though. So used to it. Hi Laura, good morning. Thank you. See, yeah, Julia, if you have any other Italian telenovelas that I can watch, what do they call them in Italy? Not telenovelas, because that's the Spanish version, isn't it? Okay, let's get started. I'm going to frame my piece so that it is within my page. And did anyone do anything yesterday? Did you draw some apples with Beth and Helen Stark? I caught the tail end of it, so I didn't draw with them. But I love the drawings that they did. I think I made my letters too big. That's okay. So this image is from Melly. I don't know if Melly's here today yet. Maybe she's not here yet. This I'm going to make actually smaller like this. And I can see I'm cutting off some. I'm moving everything over a little bit more. I mean, these people I don't really need to do right now, but I can do in a minute. It's the writing, and what is that? A pizza, slice of pizza? What is that at the end? I'm going to zoom in. Is that pizza? I guess it looks like a pizza that's kind of folded. Louise says, I struggled so much with writing on this one. Yeah, well, I'm not going to fit it all in, unfortunately. So it is, there is a little bit of a perspective thing going on with this, I can see. I just write it out really lightly first. And I think I'm just going to go in with, I may even use markers for the writing. Markers do a good job. See, it's getting all squished already. Are you doing more than one a day, Louise, or are you just doing the one? Pizza and... Oh no, the sign is missing the pasta at the top. Pizza and pasta. We could put it in for them. No, pizza and then up here, Anna. I love how, like, that's typical Italian, to have the name of either la nonna or the mamma, la mamma, or il fratello of the pizza pasta place. Gino's Pizza, Maria's Pasta, Maria's, yeah. Okay, the writing, the white writing, I will definitely do afterwards. I can't do that right now. Okay, where did I put my red marker? Let's see if I've got one in here. Good morning, Teresa. How are you? Oh, yes. Julia says, I hate Christmas. Is that Italian? I think there's a Swedish one or a Norwegian one of I hate Christmas as well. I feel like countries, they kind of copy, like in Netflix, they have their own version of all these telenovelas. Did you tell me if it's called a telenovela in Italian? Okay, let's see how red this one is. Oh yeah, that would work. I'm gonna use that one. I'm using a bit of mixed media here because we can, and because writing is not, it's not super easy with paint, so I'm gonna get ahead a little bit and use a marker. Oh dear. And I can't correct a marker either, so I have to be careful. Oh, this was the space for that. Okay, so now I've got to move my pasta to down here. Oh no, I spelled it wrong. Sugar puffs. I shouldn't speak while I'm doing writing. Ever, because I make mistakes. It's okay, and then I'll put the highlights on afterwards. I just gotta focus. Oh, have fun volunteering. Where'd you volunteer? Teresa. And Teresa, did you manage to figure out the whole subscription thing? If not, I'll message you later and we can try and figure that out. we are going to have a drawing session. I'm just waiting for Pauline to get back to me from La Scarlett, because we were going to do a live on Friday, but I wanted to have a paint and draw session. I may be able to do it this weekend. I just have to double check to see if something that's going on, if it's going to be pushed later. And I was thinking we could have a little bit of fun with and do we haven't done one of these for a while, but it's a lot of fun. What's in our purse? And so we all bring our purses to the drawing session, and it'll just be very relaxed, but I'll set times. You put your hand in your purse. It's almost like a Mary Poppins kind of thing. And you draw on your page what you have. You bring it out and you draw it. And I set times for different things. And we do like an hour drawing session like that. And that's a lot of fun. And maybe we take a picture of each of our purses and we can put them on a Padlet. So now I have to be really organized and get that going. But I think that would be a nice idea to do that. So it's almost like we start with a still life of our purses and everybody can see different purses. And then we draw the contents. Yeah, Teresa, if we have to jump on a Zoom, I can jump on a Zoom with you. Teresa works at helps at a non-profit that helps people get over disaster sickness, out of work, etc. We help pay a bill like rent, electricity. Oh, that's really lovely. Really, really lovely. There needs to be more places like that around the world. Hi, good morning, Kim. Okay. Few little dots of red, which I am going to put in right now. And also that Anna up here, I have a crayon that I can use for that. And are there any place else that has this green? No. Okay, so this one, hopefully it won't take too long. I'm going to use acrylic black ink for a lot of it, also because this way it'll dry permanent and I can go over with either a Posca marker or a white gel pen for the telephone number, etc. And anything else that I need to think about? No, I think that's it. There are some red lines also in here, which I just noticed. It's funny that like things don't show up until like in the picture, until you really look at it. Okay, black, how much do I have? I haven't filled my my Lamy up yet with the new black ink that I got, and I'm looking forward to doing that. It'll be, well, I'm going to use the converter or the syringe that I got from Sarah to put the ink into a cartridge and then use it like that, because I don't have a converter for my Lamy, so I figured I'd do it that way. Okay, I need a bad brush. Let me just get a bad brush. Oh, it doesn't necessarily... These look like the Himi brushes, but they're not. Ouch. Good morning, Jen. How are you? Okay, let's let's go over the writing first. Get that. Oh, and I do, there's a little bit of red that comes up here, which doesn't look like it is meant to be there, but it's there. See, just test my paintbrush to see how good it actually, or how bad it is. Actually bad, it's really bad. Okay, let's see. Oops, too much ink on my brush. I mean, I guess I could have gone in and around the, oh, I could do that with a brush pen, shouldn't I? Rather than ink. And I just have those new brush pens. I could have just done it with those. It's okay. There's something really nice about using ink. It feels much freer than paint. Like, I think because it has that just smoothness, and it just grabs the paper straight away. I used to paint a lot of signs for when my girls were in school on the gym mats of the school gyms, their school logos. It kind of became a little bit trendy around this area for me to paint logos on the gym mats. I just used to use acrylic paint, and yeah, it's still lasting, and it's been probably 15 years, some of them, which is good. It may last longer than the actual mat will last. That's why I'm not sure if niching yourself, like getting into like a niche and just working on one thing your whole life within your career is such a good thing. I think it's good to be flexible and do different things, try different things. Okay. Good morning, Carolyn. Teresa says it humbles me. Oh, doing the volunteering work that you do, I can imagine. Yeah. It's, I know that a lot of our group volunteers, and it's really nice. Leslie is always volunteering. at my and sign, it's awful. Okay, I need to figure that out. Yeah, writing and painting is not so easy. I think I'm just gonna go over all of this and then use neocolors to highlight certain areas. Good morning, Rab. How are you? Nanette says, was the red marker permanent or water soluble? It was water soluble. That's not going to be good, is it? But it's okay. I don't think I'm doing any washes. I think I'm just going to use Neocolor to just go over certain areas that I need to go over, and to maybe I'll use even just like my 14B or some pencil crayons to give it a little bit more depth. And I was thinking for the paint and draw session at the weekend, even making a little zine to do the what's in my bag drawing session or paint session. I thought that would be kind of fun to, and maybe we don't need to put all our bags in. Maybe we just draw our bag first. On the back, we'll draw our bag in large, and then we will, in the zine, we'll put what is in our bags. I think it would be really fun to see what people have. But that doesn't mean that you go and clean your bag out today to get ready for the weekend's drawing session. Just be true to what you got in your bag. shifted mine all over a little bit. Oh, the pizza pasta sign has black lining over it. Did not see that. Made by Reb says the bag should be the zine shape. Oh, that would be cool. How could we do that? Draw the bag on the back, cut it out, and then just fold it and see how that goes. I've never done that before. That would be kind of cool. The bag should be the zine shape, or the zine should be the bag shape. That way round, maybe. Hi, Marielle. Hola, hola. Buenos dias. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Did I say hi to you, Amy? Nanette says, I'm going to add all kind of fun stuff in my bag. Well, yeah, don't add too much. We'll probably, you know, work on, well, we'll probably, I'm sure everybody has at least 20 items in their bag, so. Carolyn says, this looks really good. I'm holding my breath for you. What, when I'm doing my straight lines and things? And that says, this drawing session wouldn't work back in the day. My grandmother only carried a lipstick and tissue in her bag. That was it? Wow. Yeah, you're right. I think it was the guys that carried, well, yeah, they don't, I guess they just didn't carry much, did they? Oh, I've made that person way too big. That's okay. I'll just raise this up over here. Okay. Now I'm going to get a few colors, new colors out, or pencil crayons. I think new colors. First though, I am going to, I can put my ink away, don't need that spilling. I am going to get a fine liner out. Actually, I'll just use this ink liner and just outline the, just very lightly, the letters. So I have a question for you all, seeing as that you're all here drawing. If you could do a sketchbook art retreat anywhere in the world, where would you go? And is Ireland something or some place that you would want to go? Like, does that attract you? I was speaking to my guy, the one that runs the, or helps me run the Oaxaca trip, and he was like, so what are your thoughts for 2027? And I'm like, well, I don't mind going back to Oaxaca. And he's like, well, why don't you ask everybody what their thoughts are? Maybe, you know, maybe there'll be another place, a different place that people come up with. And I have been talking to Helen Stark about perhaps going to Ireland with her, and doing a sketchbook retreat with her, together with her. So I don't know, it really depends on where people want to go, because their company, the company that runs these things, they won't run something if there's not enough interest. So just, yeah, interested on what your thoughts are. Oops. Oh, Teresa says Scotland and Wales. Okay, right, Teresa, there was like thought and of doing a Scotland. We could do Scotland and Wales. That could be like a... Oh, Melissa says, I would like something a little more local, like Algonquin, Muskoka, but maybe we can just plan that. I think that would be a great plan. We could plan that ourselves. They do trips like out to BC and Alberta. They do those, but those are more camping ones. Like, I don't really want to... I mean, okay, camping and drawing would be really, really quite incredible. Carolyn says, Ireland, yes, I need to start saving pennies. Good morning, Joanne. Teresa says, Edinburgh is nice. Yes, Edinburgh would be a great sketching city. And I've never been to Edinburgh. Teresa, I remember you saying that that could be something that you would definitely go for. Or you said, why don't you do one in Edinburgh or Ireland? Reb says, ooh, Algonquin. Yeah. BC is so beautiful. Yeah, that would be pretty spectacular as well. Nanette says, don't go by me though. I'll just go about anyway. Okay, Nanette, where did you say? Oh, Teresa says Morocco. Yeah, I'd like to do Morocco as well. Nanette says women couldn't have... Okay, hang on a second. I missed some stuff. I'm going to add all kind of fun stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then that says this drawing session wouldn't work back in my day because of my grandmother only carried a lipstick. And then that said women couldn't have credit cards and probably only had money when it was shopping day. And they didn't drive so much, so no car keys. True. Yeah. And Jen said, Nanette made me think of my grandmother who always had Cert's mint candies in her bag. Yeah. And then Nanette says, yes, I'd love Ireland. Okay. I mean, we could do a week in Ireland and then a week in Edinburgh. Either do two separate ones or... Yeah. Okay, I'm going to see how this white goes over. I do need to lighten up here on this horrible and my ampersand. Is that how you say it? An ampersand? It isn't. I'm going to change the A as well. Okay, so maybe that's something that we figure out, Melissa and I, for Algonquin in 2027. And then it says, that's it, I'm putting in for my retirement today. And then we and then I'll talk to Helen about Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and see what we can come up with. I know it's far ahead, but okay, I was planning Italy. This Italy trip that I'm going on is 2025, and I was planning it in 2024 in February. So you kind of have to, one, give enough time for people to either save or to, you know, make arrangements that they're going to do. I know a lot of people are like, oh no, it's so far ahead, I can't plan that far ahead. But some people like planning that far ahead, and I think it gives people the opportunity to say yes and then to plan. Like, I like it. I like doing things like that and having something to look forward to. Oh, Joanne says, bad connection, lots of tunnels, so just saying hi. Hi, hi, hi. And Melissa says, yeah, I'm thinking cottage. Yeah, I'm thinking cottage too when it comes to Algonquin. Cottage. The only thing is, I think it'll be a little bit different because it may not be like all catered for, which a lot of these trips are all inclusive, as in like you pay up front, you pay for the meals, because if you're going into into Algonquin, it really is more about fending for yourself, taking your food with you. But it could just be an organized trip with a bunch of artists. That also, I like that idea too. And we make our own retreat. But Ireland, something like that, or Scotland, I would definitely want organized like help for me, because just booking like things like hotels, and you want to travel around, and places that you want to eat at, like that's not something that I want to organize. So that's where these trips come in really handy. This is such a lovely image. Melly, if you're there, I love it. I don't think Melly came in yet. Julie says, oh, Ireland, on my list of must-to-dos one day. Algonquin is here in Ontario, where we live, and it's a national park, and it's a bunch of lakes. It's where the Group of Seven did a lot of their paintings. It's beautiful, and I think we would definitely have to do it in September, late September. What do you think, Melissa? Or mid-September? Because that's when the leaves start turning. It's super pretty. Good morning. Definitely want to go on an art trip with friends. I like this image too, Amy says. Yeah, Melissa says, lots of old trees and lakes and peace and quiet. And Nanette says, I'm a backpacker, so I have all the stuff to camp. I do too, so it could be a camping trip. But when the weather's not good, that's not fun either. And Reb says, Big Bend, darkest skies. Yes, the prettiest of skies. C says, I would do anything to go to Edinburgh. Yeah, and Amy says, Edinburgh is a great old city. Yeah, that would be pretty spectacular. Pretty spectacular. Okay, so what I'm going to do, all of you, is I am going to probably send out one of those little where do you want to go next surveys, and if you guys can all answer it, this will give me and them a little bit more of an idea of where we can go. And this is apart from doing the Algonquin thing, because I think the Algonquin thing we can definitely work on. But I know that I'd love to do a European one in 2027. And just to let you know that I do still have spots in my France and my Italy for 2026. So if you guys are thinking about wanting to come on a trip, those are still available. Where? Oh no, I'm mixing my Neocolors up with my Lyras. That's not good. Is anybody else doing this scene? Like, you really don't have to know exactly what's going on with these scenes. It's just a little bit crazy here. I'm not sure what this is. Is this a dog? Is this a blanket here? I'm gonna zoom in. I think it's just her jacket. She has like a big furry jacket right here. I'm gonna make that a little bit less white though. Okay, I've got to do the... I think there are windows in the back here as well. I have to do the writing up here. Aren't they fun though? Nocturnal scenes? I love them. Okay, white. Where is my white? Let's find a white gel pen. Do I have one in here? I have so many little cases around. I'm not sure exactly where I put it. Laura says, glamping trip, Canada or Great Britain sounds wonderful. Ooh, okay, so I have this one, and I have this one, and I do have, which may actually be better, a white, which I'm gonna just do a test quickly. Let's do a test. Actually, I can do a test over here on this side because there's some areas. Now that does show up quite well. Let's do the seat of, like I would. This is the China marker. I don't mind that at all. That may work for the writing of the telephone number, but it's not sharp enough. Or let's have a look. A white gel pen is kind of a bit iffy on and off. It's not super consistent. But I can get small writing done with that. And then this one will give me a little bit more, but I don't have much control. So, see, that's like spilling and bleeding into my piece. Although I do need it a little bit more up here. Okay. I have to go over with the red up there. All right, so I can clean up the writing here. That's a bad Z. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Maybe, yeah. I can't even sketch it out. I have to just go with it. So I may be quiet for a little bit. I think this is in New York, so if anyone's in New York, you can go to Anna's Pizza and Pasta on 79 Bedford Avenue. Like, I don't know, is it a famous one? Where's Melly this morning? This is Melly's image. I want to know what kind of, why this has meaning to her. That's what I love doing, these images with everybody's images, because we get to hear a little bit about them. C says she's doing the other scene. Nanette is doing this scene. Olinda says, I'll have to look at those trips. And Amy says, yes, doing it mostly later. Olinda says, I'm going to do this one as well. I'm just packing lunch for the kiddo right now. Martina says she loves it. China marker is pretty magical, isn't it? You know what's lovely about it is that you get a soft edge as well, which is really nice. I don't really need soft edges for these though, but it's nice for, you know, for like that seat. I think it really works well. Okay, this is when I get frustrated at gel pens because, yeah, they work sometimes, and then sometimes they don't work. It's like they need a bit of texture to catch on, so this being so flat does not work the best. Does anybody have their favorite white pen, gel pen, that's just like dreamy, that everybody should know about, that everybody should get? Because I would love to know what it is. And I'm not talking about ink, because I think ink is different. I'm talking about something that you can do small details with, like writing. Like now it's decided to stop. It's so frustrating. Oh. And now it starts again. Maybe I pressed too hard. I'll just skim the top. Is that the trick? Just skim the paper. Oh no. I just went over my 5. Oh. But hey, look at the time. We did pretty well. We got our picture done. Probably a local pizzeria. There's so many in New York. I know, but Melly's not from over there. She's here in Toronto. So there must be either they went there for a pizza, like it's something that they did and they took a picture of it. So maybe it's their favorite pizzeria that they go back to every time they go to New York. Maria's Pizza. Okay, what was I going to do? Yes, I was going to just go over this a little bit. It's a bit too much white. And it's all about those little details. Getting that light right. Oh yes, there's two. I almost forgot that little part of the awning. It could have been a little bit lower down. Shoot, I will put it lower down. Because this one comes here, so this one is going to be much lower. There we go. Much better. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Maybe a few little pink areas. Nope. Like a darker pink. It's always that like little bit of fuzz. See, this is where Neocolors, they win. They win when it comes to this kind of thing. When they just sit right on top. That's what you want. Okay, everybody, thank you for chatting this morning. Okay, Melissa says, no, I'm convinced the perfect white gel pen does not exist. For white, I loving acrylic markers. Okay, I have to try those, but they're the brush markers, right? And Reb says same as Melissa. But I bet Posca makes an extra fine white. I think they do, Reb. I think they do. Teresa says, I purchased something new which is supposed to write on everything. Have not tried it yet. Dermatograph colored pencils. Ooh. And yes, acrylic markers are better than gel pens. What about a Stabilo All, the white? Have you tried that? Maybe that would have worked. It wouldn't have been so precise, but I feel like it may work. Right, like a Stabilo All, if you sharpen it really fine and then you can go over, I think that may work. Anna Pizza. I'm sure there's an S up there, but I'm just calling it Anna Pizza. Thank you, everybody. Oh, the pizza. Gosh, I almost forgot the pizza. I mean, it's just really a whole bunch of lines, and I really can't tell exactly what it is, but yeah, there we go. Thank you so much, Tammy. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody. Yeah, Melly is well traveled. She sure is. Maybe it was just one of those pizza joints that she went on when she was touring. Oh, the shadow. I knew there was something that I wanted to get on here. The shadow of here, and also the atmosphere is not super bright everywhere. My people could be a little bit better, but you know, if I zoom in on them, I have to zoom in on other things, and just trying to keep it quite consistent in looseness. Thanks for joining, everybody. I will see you tomorrow morning. Melissa says, almost can't tell the difference between the photo reference and your painting. Yeah, I think that's just the camera. It's, you know, it does that. And thanks. I'm going to write that down. Dermatograph colored pencils. Thanks, Teresa. I have a white Stabilo all. It's great. Yeah, I just don't know if it could do like, I mean, I guess it could do that. Right? I'm sure it could. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Take care. See you. Bye.